Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hello, hello, as Susan would say.
Hey, Lana like a Donna. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Amber. Wow, Adria's early. Riri's early.
Yeah, we had some early birds.
Hey, gal. I'm trying to read the comments ahead so I know what Gail's talking about.
Okay, get me something over here, something over there.
As long as you stay in the house, it's cool.
Oh,
I think there's a.
today I only went to the post office. I was gonna go grocery shopping. I said no. I started off too late. I gotta go early in the morning when it's halfway decent.
Hey, Linda. I know Sunday. Oh my gosh. We went to Home Depot. Oh my gosh. And their garden center don't have no roof.
What?
Well, not where the sunny plants and all that out in the garden center, they don't have a roof.
Oh.
So hot.
Oh yeah, Gail, my studio. See, when we redid this place, we some of you know my original intention was to lure my parents out here. So we have a brand new, well, it was brand new when we put it in. It's now maybe 5 years old. But we have, forced air heating in here, and air conditioning, and the whole bit. My husband rewired everything. So this day is really cool. I'm actually always trying to warm it up because it gets too cool. Like right now, I have it at 73 because the way the ducks are where I'm sitting, it kind of goes around me. Um, so it kind of hits me right where I am. So I don't put it too cool because I'll be cold. I'll be cold. The only problem I have is, as you guys know, during the winter time, because there's no insulation under the floor and it's raised a little bit. So the breeze whips through, and that's when I get you know, a little cool. But as far as the air within the actual studio, it's warm. It's just that my legs can't be sitting on the floor because my legs get cold.
Hey, J Mac. Hey,
Hey,
Lucy.
girl. Hi, everybody.
That's like me in my office
Mhm.
here.
Mhm.
The vent blows right down on top of me all day long.
Oh
Then when I go to bed, the vent blows right on top of me all night long.
no. Well, you should be happy, right? I don't know. Don't be happy. You'll see the vent is over there and the intake is over there. So when the vent goes on and the intake's obviously running at the same time, it creates a swirl, and that swirl comes right over me. So the actual duct work isn't hitting me. It's I guess, the centrifugal force,
Yeah.
the whole thing. I'm in the middle of the vortex. Oh.
I was so cold last night. Betty had she washed the linens, but she wanted something, I don't know. Anyway, the bottom one got dry first.
Mhm.
So she put the bottom sheet on, and I went in there and was under one of the thinnest canthas I have. I was so cold. I woke up at 11 o'clock last night and I said, What? What? And she said, Just lay there. Don't worry about it. And she made the bed up with me. And she started putting those blankets on. It was like, oh. And
Well,
they were fresh out of the dryer. Oh my God.
if you're so cold, you should have gotten some of those lovely sheets you got me. Because let me tell you, you would hyperventilate. I have to have one at a time, either the bottom or either the top.
Mm-mm.
I can't have them both. So what part of?
It's not. It's a separate place, Amber.
Yeah, it's a
It's across
separate
the
building.
walk.
Yeah,
Hey, Stasia.
yeah. We on There's a lot. next door to our main house, and on that lot was a shotgun house, and I turned that shotgun house into my studio, which is, you know, I'm very thankful for that. My house is thankful for that.
You should be thanking your mom and dad for that.
I can thank my mom and dad for that. I never thought of that.
Oh, thank you for not coming because I sure do need this space.
Well, you ladies that, have to confine your work to like maybe one room or a section in a room, um, no matter how you try, the majority of you, it's going to look like a mess. There's only a few of you that know how to, keep things organized. I'm not one of them. Um, so, if you could clean up that room where all your stuff is, you'd be very, very happy. Well, I don't have to clean up that room. I can just leave it a mess because it's over here. I don't have to look at it 24 hours a day. Although I feel like I'm over here 24 hours a day.
It is a whole house, Amber. It has a front porch and it has a kitchen and it has a bathroom and
Yeah, it is a whole house. It's a house. It's got, I mean, it's like a one bedroom. I think, yeah, technically it's a one bedroom house. Um, and it's about almost 900 square feet. So it's a good size. Probably the size of a two-bedroom apartment, maybe. I've got on my channel there. I've got I think two different times that I walked through it, so you could see the whole thing when it's clean. I did the walkthrough. I know I did one for sure. I'm not sure if I have two, but right before I was doing a workshop here, um, I know I filmed a walkthrough showing how everything was set up for the workshop. And for some reason, I think I did another one. I think. I think. I'm just not really sure why or what's it, you know, with the reasoning behind it because I already done one. But anyway, they're both
I
there
know you showed a lot of it when the bird was everywhere. I'm not going to say what they were doing since Adria's eating dinner, but
somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, I think you only see the one room in the front. I think that was only, or me, I don't remember. See, I don't remember what I filmed there. And then, yeah, I don't remember. Maybe that's the two. The one with the bird and the one showing the workshop. Maybe.
I'm
Maybe.
not reading chat
Uh-oh.
out loud.
Oh.
Hey, Janet Bishy Bone Bone Bone.
Hey, girl. So, how many of you guys? Okay, I think it was Friday. I don't remember for sure. I'm thinking it was Friday night around or Saturday morning around midnight. I
I
went
saw you.
live.
Yeah.
I went live, and a few of you were there. I don't remember to tell you the truth because all you same people show up so all the time. So I'm going to think everybody showed up, but I know everyone didn't. So those of you that were there, you know what I was up to with my cochineal. Oh, so
Oh, that's so sweet.
see.
Oh, Adria and her husband are all cuddled up together eating dinner watching us. That's a nice husband.
Oh, well, good thing you did kind of edit yourself for a second. Let us know when you're done eating. Oh, so I did the I let you guys see what
Cochineal, Gail.
that's okay. Here it is. It's a oops, it's a natural dye because I mean what we're going to be talking about right now is my little going down the rabbit hole of all my natural dyes. So cochineal, and you can see the color that is probably the most common color you get from it, but it has a very interesting, rich history. I had read a little bit about it, but I didn't go in depth about it.
Bugs, Gail, bugs.
And it has a really, really interesting, rich history. I won't get to, you know, it'd be too long to tell you everything. You need to like do your research, or maybe what I'll do is I'll do a little write up. I'll just copy paste something that I read and put it in the little in the packet of the cochineal I'll be showing you in a bit. But it's very, very interesting. It's been around for, I mean, like forever. Um, the first recorded use of it was in the 1500s, and that was because the Spaniards were going around, you know how they were rifling around all over the world trying to find cool stuff to bring back and sell. And when the Spaniards came to the Americas, they discovered that the Incas and the Mayas and a lot of the indigenous um, Indians from the northern part of what we know as Mexico now, they were producing these beautiful magentas and fuchsias and reds. And those colors, they were, up until that point in time, they could not make those kinds of colors. They made variation of different ones. The closest they came to it is they used lac, LAC, which ironically is also a bug. But those colors were had more of a wine undertone, and the cochineal brought it to what we know as primary red. And so um, they started exporting the cochineal to Spain, and then it started going across um, Europe at the time. When the English found out about it, they go, "We have to have that." You know, they had to have everything for their queen, so they came over and they harvest a bunch of it and enslaved a bunch of people to um, harvest the cochineal because it grows on cactus, nopales, and so they kind of cornered the market because their army and fleets were at that time more mighty than the Spaniards. And so next time you look at the garments that the British used, which they were known as red coats, those red coats were made with cochineal. They didn't have cochineal until, you know, and they couldn't make that red. And when they cornered the market, they were going to show everybody that they were the most powerful because they had captured or cornered the market of cochineal. At that time, cochineal was more valuable than all the other metals except for gold. So it was gold, cochineal. And so if you look in pictures, the uh, the soldiers, their red was one color, but if they were, you know, like a captain or an admiral, theirs was brilliant. And so theirs was the one that got the cochineal. The higher ranking you were, you got to have that red cochineal coat. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. How it came about, who used it, who brought it, and then from then on, it was a commodity for many, many years until they developed synthetic dyes. I did not realize until I read this article that synthetic dyes came into effect like 18. Now I forgot the date, but like the 1880s, 1890s, something like that.
Hey, Hassan.
Hi, son. And so in the late 1800s, they tried to develop um, a red, and they used different synthetic things to create the red. It was never that brilliant. And then over in the, I don't know what years, like 30s, 40s, they developed a different red, which was very brilliant. And then in the 60s and 70s, they realized it was a carcinogenic. And that's when there was this big hoopla about not using red in all kinds of stuff. And so recently, the cochineal, as far as high-end fabrics, the high-end fabrics, now they're starting to dye clothing with the cochineal. So, having said that, I wanted to emphasize the red part. I tried all weekend, like for 3-4 days, and no matter what I did and what kind of modifiers and what I soaked things in and how I prepped it, and I never got red. I have absolutely no red to show you. But I will show you what I did get.
Maybe you should ask the British.
Well, I looked up a lot of recipes and I followed some of the recipes, but there must be something different in my water because, everything is a variable. And then it might be, you know, I, a lot of them got red with a silk. So I, I sacrificed some of my Dupioni silk. It did not come out red. So maybe it was a different type of silk. I have no idea. Um, but yeah, so so I have no red to show you,
Hey,
but
Janice.
let me move this over and let me show you the rest. I'm going to show you what I got. Let me get it out of the package, and I will show you the colors I did achieve. Now, if you go back and watch the video, I think it was Friday night. You'll show. It shows there the different kinds of modifiers that I used and what colors I came up with. Now, what was really interesting, um, if you remember, I think it was the avocado one and another one, that if I left it in the little container and let it oxidize like for 24 hours, the color completely changed from if I were to just dry it right away. Same thing happened with this. I still I've read and read. I don't have an answer as to why it happens. I haven't read anything on that. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's a mystery to me. So here's an example of the colors that are very commonly achieved with the cochineal. Here's the cochineal like this before it's ground up. And then if you grind it up, it exposes the red. You don't have to grind it. Some people do. Tap water. I used 3 different kinds of water to see what I did. I used tap, I used distilled, and I used, what was the other water I used? Tap, distilled. I can't remember the other one. I still couldn't get the red. It just did not happen. It did not happen. Um, Maybe it's when all I use the same. I don't use, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So this is it ground up, and then this is still in the dried bug. Yeah. I when I did the testing with the rust, it wasn't red. I'll show you what that came out, and I forget what it is. I'll show it to you now. Well, let's look here in a second. I took some of the samples. Okay. So when I did the original one that I showed you guys on Friday, this is the color it turned when I put my rusty water in there. And this was the neutral one. The neutral one should have been really a more vibrant pink. It didn't happen. This is with the alum. This is cream of tartar. A lot of them suggested that with your cochineal, you do the cream of tartar. And then that was the baking soda. So this was watercolor paper. This is the mixed media paper. Then this is synthetic fabric. This is the, what do you call that? I already forgot the name. The little You know what I'm talking about. Those, yeah, never mind. It'll come to me.
Rolling papers.
Huh? No, no, no. This is, the ribbon. What kind of ribbon is that?
Oh,
We use that all the time. And then we crunch it up. I don't know. Anyway,
seam binding.
thank you. See, my brain's gone. This is seam binding here. And obviously the colors don't look anything like that. And then when I put cotton in there, you can look. I mean, this it doesn't look so much in my monitor, but this is like orange, orange. I mean, orange. But on the paper, there you go. Crazy. Rolling, 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 rolling. No, no, no. Although she may like a rawhide once in a while, I don't know. But you can see, I mean, I lost this. I don't know where those ended up. But okay, so that was the first one. And then I said, I got to mix this up. So I started using different varieties and mixing and matching. And so this is what I came up with, guys. So this is synthetic. I forget what synthetic, what means synthetic. Is that what I mean? Maybe that is what I don't know. Well, it's not natural. That's all I know. And so I soaked this in soy milk because I had tested it without, soaking it anything, and it didn't absorb any color at all. So I pre-treated this with soy milk and then put it. Now remember, well, I'll get to that in a second. So this was put into the original dye bath with no modifiers in it at all, and it came out this color, which is still kind of cool, but not what I was expecting. Then I took some embroidery floss, and I had a little dish, and I just dunked it in there and just let it soak it up and see what would happen. So it's kind of sort of variegated, obviously. I didn't soak it all the way to the top. I just let it wick up to the top. And because I put it in half, the little jar was like half the depth of this. So that's the color that this came out.
Very cool. Hey,
Very cool. And then I modified this. Now, don't ask me what, I already forgot. But it's one of those four things we always use. And look at what I got with this, which was really crazy. I think there's at least a yard there of that. Um, Still working with the oranges. Then I added something else. What did I add to get the orange? Hold on. Hold on. Okay, the cream of tartar. So the cream of tartar works the same way like vinegar does. So I figured, okay, let me put the vinegar, forget the cream of tartar, and this is what happened when I added the vinegar. And this is synthetic. So you can imagine if it was some kind of a natural something, it would have really, whoops, it'd have probably been even brighter.
yep.
All right. So then, oh, man, I did so many different things. I keep forgetting what I did with what. Hold on. Should have wrote a note. Well, these are my notes here. Oh, baking soda. Okay. So I had separated I had my big old pot with all the neutral ones, and then I separated those into 4 different pots so I could start mixing and matching and figure out what the heck I could come up with. So I think this is really pretty. Now, it's not as vibrant as that, but it's still in the family of what most people will get out of the cochineal. So I did some different table runners and doilies and things that I had. So that's that. Now, this is the Dopioni. How do you say it? And I just forgot how to say this name of the silk. Anyway, this is silk. Look how pretty this came out. It's not pink. It's not orange. It's obviously not purple. But it's just such a beautiful color. I just love this color. So there's a piece of that in there.
Did you call it Dopioni?
Yeah, DP. I'm saying it wrong now. I don't know why. I'm in my brain. I switched the letters, and now I don't know how to say it. Anyway, that's okay. You guys know. If you don't know, well, that's okay. You don't have to. And I had a little bit of gauze, and I threw that in
The
the
baking soda.
same dye bath as this one. Yep, Dupioni. That's what it's called, right, guys? Right, ladies? You sewers, yeah. So that came out kind of cool. And oh, and this is just a illustration from the 1600s of somebody here harvesting the cochineal bugs off of the cactus. And then here is what it looks like for real. Here's the cactus, and then there, that scaly stuff are the bugs, and then those get just, you know, scratched off. Here's a little sample card I usually give you guys that shows the pink and the orange. Those are like the two, you know, bright ones that came out. These are a little more obvious. And then I had this fabric, and what really came out cool was I didn't realize that the thread, it must be some kind of resistance on it. You know, it's polyester, I don't know what, but it didn't take the dye at all, which allowed that really cool effect. So this is also with the cochineal. So anyway, it was an adventure. Thank you, J Max. I knew somebody would know what it is. Oh, Gail did too. Yeah, I don't know how to spell it. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. The smart people can educate the rest of us here. So anyway, this was a lot of fun, you guys, because usually whatever comes up on those little sample cups that we do together, then I pick one or two and just do it. Well, I didn't want any of those because it wasn't doing what I wanted. So I had to go down this path, but it was a fun path. I had a lot of fun doing this. Took forever, but it was fun. My husband goes, "Now what are you?" Because I was hanging them outside on the fence because it was nice weather out there to dry. It was hot. He goes, "Now what? Now what are you dyeing?" I said, "Oh, I got some other stuff here going on."
Whatever I can get my hands on, I'm cutting up and dyeing.
I'm cutting up. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. So that's what's going to be in the cochineal pack. And because I had to go in so many different directions and I wasn't sure which way it was going to go, I didn't make a lot of them because I was afraid I was going to be wasting my fabric. And anyway, so I have, I got to double check. I think I only have about maybe 16 of these or something like that. So if you're interested, don't put it in your cart and just let it sit there because it's going to be gone, I'm sure. It's not in the shop yet. I just wanted to show you guys first. And then, now see, these, I'll show you some of these leftovers. When I say leftovers, they're not really leftovers. Well, kind of, sort of. But, where'd that go? Oh, whoopsie. I thought it was kind of interesting how these doilies, I guess depending on
Hey, Leslie.
the type of, hi Leslie, depending on the type of cotton they used, these kind of sort of came out different also. So it was kind of interesting.
I have to tell Leslie something.
Tell her.
Leslie, I just wanted to thank you for checking on Stephanie Ani because I was wondering about her too, and I went and looked on her video and I saw where you asked about her last night and she answered you this morning. So thank you for checking.
Oh, good.
J Max said they are all nice colors. Interesting to see your process.
it's been very interesting for me because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. It's like, okay, Rosemary. But I think that's the fun part, you know, because I'm still learning stuff with my eco printing, and I've been doing that. I looked it up the other day when I posted that video, and I think it was 2016 or something like that, my first time I did it. So that's a long time.
Yep.
And I still learning stuff and doing things, trying to switch my game up a little bit to do something different.
Yep.
Um, and I think that's true for anything that's not an exact science because you have so many variables, and then that dictates. It really shows how little control you have over stuff like this. It kind of like tells you, no, I'm not going to do that today. I don't like your water. We're going to do this. And you go, okay, whatever you say. Okay,
Hey, Artie Dar.
so having shown you this, all this stuff, you know where my mind went to next, or some of you do, in trying to figure out what we're going to do next month. So I decided because we have those colors just inspired me. Whoopsie. Um, we're gonna do like I don't know what to call it. It's all gonna be about like the folk art or artisans of Mexico and South America. We're gonna focus, or I'm gonna focus on the ones that did a lot of the dyeing that we've been talking about. That kind of were the ones that everybody stole from, and oh, stop that.
Well, I have to use it now.
No, you can use it in a few minutes. We're gonna go there. You can use it in a few minutes. Hold on. And so, like for instance, I love this paper because obviously it's got the cactus, and um, and I'll show you some of. I don't have the kit ready. I've got I've got my inspiration. I've got some stuff that's going to be in there, some stuff that's not going to be in there. So don't like say, oh, you showed that you didn't put it in there because I can't put everything in there.
I love you, Anne. I love you. Hey, Tamar.
So this is some of the stuff that will be. Oops, no. Some of the stuff that'll be in there. This is a painting by Diego Rivera, and this is also a painting by Diego Rivera. And then because all the cochineal comes from cactus, so there's going to be these cactus. I mean, these aren't the cactus that cochineal usually you know goes to, but hey, you didn't know that, right? And then on this one here, this shows a lot of the different, like these, the Bolivians and the Peruvians, are excellent weavers and embroiderers. And then you've got the ladies up in Oaxaca that also do the embroidery, and they use a lot of the cochineal in their stuff also. So in here you can see an open market and all the beautiful colors that they dye their yarn. In Bolivia, it's the alpaca, and they get their stuff from.
Hey,
And
Jen.
you can see all that red. It's all beautiful. This is another paint, one of my favorite paintings of Diego Rivera, and it's got the cochineal color on her dress. It just looks so pretty. And the little kid, look at all the embroidery, so cute. And then here is it all ground up, and then that little picture I showed you before of the cactus with the cochineal on it. And then a couple of years ago, when I did, I don't remember. I think it was the very first or second kit I did. I made a bunch of tags and made copies of those. So these are the different tags that I made, and so I printed out some copies of those. I thought those all looked like the artisan ladies. I love this picture This will be part of the kit. Um, Tile work. What kind of artisans in South America? They all make those kinds of tiles. We have to have, of course, one big cactus. Oh, and then just some writings, and then some colorful. Here we go. Colorful Latin America inspired print out. Oops, that can stay there. And then you guys might recall, and hold on, there, I'm getting ahead of myself. You guys might recall, I don't know, maybe it was a year ago. I know I showed it to you the first time a couple of years ago, where I got that roller thing, and on the gel plate, we did the metallic on top of the black. A lot of you guys probably remember that. So what I did is I got the big papers that I like, and I got some of the dye that was left over from that I used on the fabric, and I thickened it with some starch, and then on a piece of paper I put a little pile of the dye, and then ran the roller over it, and then rolled these out. So this depicts the obviously the orange dye that we did, the more pinky fuchsia color dye, and then the purple dye that came from there. And so you'll get one of each of these. And then my idea is for us to go back either with watercolors or acrylics and really make these really bright, like when we did some of that stuff with the embroidery stuff from Oaxaca. Remember we did that? That was last year.
Yep.
Yeah, that was last year. But anyway, so that's what we'll do with these if you guys are so inclined. Of course, you could use them just the way they are, but I think it'd be really fun, not funny, really fun to make these really, really vibrant. So that will also be part of the kit. Then I went looking for any fabric that I had that would look cool in this kit to depict that same vibe. So I had some of this left over from I don't know when, but I had some of that. I've got this fabric that looks a little bit like the Mexican blankets. So I have some of that. And the Peruvians, like I said, really, really, and the Bolivians are really into that color. And so I thought you have to have the alpacas or the llamas, whatever you want to call them. So I had some fabric that had those little cute guys. So I cut that up, and that's going to be in there. And then I had this fabric that had all the cacti, which that's where the dye comes from. So that's a little bit of that. And there's a couple of other pieces that I'm in the process of cutting up. Those will also all be included in the kit. And then, and I'm still hunting, guys. I go shopping in my own place and find all kinds of stuff. So that is kind of, in a nutshell, the basics of what will be in next month's kit, and then other stuff that I end up finding to add. So then what I will do is randomly
Hey, Dale.
I will see after I select what I want to keep to make some journals I'm going to make, then just little pieces here and there will be thrown into the kit also, just so you can have like a little piece enough to make tabs or the tops to tags and things like that, just so you can have some genuine cochineal in your kit. So okay, so that will be for next month. So I show you all that so that if you purchase the entire cochineal kit, and you're going to buy the cochineal caboodle kit, not the cochineal, I shouldn't say that. It's more what? I don't know. I haven't named it yet. Um, then either let me know or 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 purchase it at the same
Or
time.
could be. I mean, they really look the same, sorta.
If you saw him in his pants, he really does. He does have kind of sort of like that angular shape. He's a
Hey, Nancy.
little top heavy.
But he loved Frida.
He loves Frida. He loves a lot of other women too. So yeah, so if you are going to get them both, just write like usual. Just write me a little note, and that way I make sure I ship them together and give you any overage back.
No, it's
Um,
not. It's not 2 kids.
no, I do a sample pack when I do a new dye process, and so this is the sample pack of all the fabrics I did, and then the regular caboodle kit that I do once a month. That is all the other stuff that I just got through showing you. I know I confuse people. So the fabric one I just showed you, and then the caboodle one will be all of this and the printouts and all that kind of good stuff and whatever else I find. Okay. Any questions about that now that I've confused you guys? Oh. I'm looking around. I'm looking around. Yeah. Like I said, I'm still on the hunt. I'm sure I'm still finding some stuff. I know I have a few of those milagros left. I might throw those in there. Um, I know I have some really cool embroidered fabric that's like a trim. I'm probably going to throw those in there. And what else do I have that I know right off the top of my head? Yeah. Yeah. That's what we'll do. Okay. Let's shift gears for a second.
Uh-oh.
And for a second, I finished. I mean, these are done. These are going to go in the shop, just so you know, because
Hey,
they are.
Barbie.
I'll,
Welcome.
welcome, welcome. She has no clue. That's okay. That means you fit in real good with me. I'm usually pretty clueless of what the heck I'm doing. So I'll go over these real quick. Oops, and then we'll go off to the next subject. We have a few. We have a few. Oops, oopsie. All right. And if you have anything in the kit from this one that, because there was so much stuff I put in there, I didn't use everything on here. If you have a question about, well, what are we supposed to do with that? Well, just let me know and we can talk about it, or I can show you, or whatever. Anyway, those of you that maybe weren't here, I think most of you were. We made a hack of of Tim Holt's small little folio. So we made this from scratch, and we've got the girly girls. This was supposed to be like France, late 1800s through 2000, right before the war, 2013, something like that. So there was a big change in those years, but it was kind of cool. But it was their, I guess what you would call the equivalent to our golden age. So here is some of the pictures. Here's some of the postcards. that we made, little tag that we made, and one of the acetate pictures that we had, a little frame that was in the kit, we made that. And then these are also other pictures that were in there. And we did a little flippy doodah. We had some of these different sizes, right? Yeah, we had several sizes of these in there. I just stuck these in here. I made a little booklet to put in here with some pictures, but you know, you can put any kind of stuff in here that you would like.
Did she say 2013?
What's that?
Stasia said she didn't mean 2013.
Oh no, definitely not. 1913. See, I'm getting my decades confused. My centuries confused. Forget the decades. I'm getting the centuries confused. Thank you. Thank you. See, I told you I was confused. Here's a couple more postcards. And then we used one of those little pockets that was in the kit. And then I had some leftover stuff from when we did the Art Nouveau. So that was the same time period in France. So I decided to stick those in there. And then we did one of these good little flippy doodahs and just put some different tags and things like that. Use some of the elements that was in the kit. Oops, do that in there. Oh, didn't put anything in there yet. Still keep saying that. I keep forgetting to put something in there. But anyway, that's a little tuck spot there to put something. And a little tuck spot here. That was a tuck spot there too. Forgot to mention that. And so I got a bunch of the leftover stuff. I made a pile of that, and that's going to go with that journal. You know, I overprint everything. You guys know that already.
Well, at least you hadn't had any whoops lately.
Yeah, exactly. I'm waiting for that. Don't say nothing. My printer's listening. Okay, so we made the exact same thing, but in my favorite black and white. And so we got the same lady. Is the same lady we have? Yeah, the inside of the other one. And here are, we had some of the cards that we made with the black backing, and then some of the fabric on these little sample cards for different fabrics. And oops, I don't know what that's to, but it's hanging out. It's hanging out. And then a couple more of those. You can take those out. They're just pinned there with a ball pin. And then here is a book.
Nancy said, if you're selling, I want this one.
Okay. There is some little, you can use them as tags or bookmarks or whatever you want to use them for. And oh, look how cute the little baby one. It's adorable. You know, you guys already know. If you know me, you know I'm partial to all the, that's my favorite thing, black, white, and red. Oh, and then there's another one here. And then the back, we did another little flippy doodah in there and put some fabric. And here's some more sample fabrics. And then this has some of those photographs that were in the acetate. Here's some more of those. I thought that came out cute. I think it came out cute. Okay. And then that will come with these goodies there. I don't show them all one by one because we'll be here forever, but you get the idea. I'll put your name on it, Nancy. Okay. Whoops. Okay. And I have this little packet, and this is pretty much just a bunch of leftovers. There's nothing that was made, but it's got some cute stuff. It's got the rest of little dress forms, different sizes. It's got the other little, oops, other little dippity doodah that we made.
Full. Oh, I like her.
Yeah. So, whoops, we've got stuff like that, and a couple of those envelopes. You got some of the little bit of fabric and a little bit of handmade paper. I thought that would look cool in there. We didn't have that in the kit, but it goes with the era. A little booklet for you to glue all this stuff into and make something kind of cool.
J Max says, love how the belly poke finished.
And a few leftover pieces of the acetate.
Usually she sells out, Barbie. Every now and then she'll have.
I do have a couple of some other ones that are left, but I don't have any left of these. I put in one of the ones that we made. I didn't put her anywhere. And then just little tiny tidbits of leftover stuff that I know some of you ladies are very creative. You can do stuff with them. Okay, so that's what's going to come. That's what's going to come with.
Belly poke remnants.
Yes. Now there's this journal I'm going to be making with a lot of this stuff. And so there's some things that I kept that I have, leftovers of. Once I finish that journal, then I'll have another little packet with all the leftovers that are left over. But I don't know when that's going to be because I keep putting myself on a schedule, and I'm not keeping my schedule at all. So I'm just being honest with myself. I have no idea when I'm going to get to that.
So did you stick Alice back in the rabbit hole?
She has not come out yet. She's right over there in the hall. I don't know what the heck they're doing. I think they're multiplying. But they're over there. What's next? What's next? I got 8 minutes, then I have to shut up for Susan. Let me think.
7.
7. I'm scanning. I'm scanning, guys. Because I think things that I wanted to make sure that I said and brought up, I kind of think maybe I did that already. Maybe that was it. That for sure.
So
Yeah, I think so.
tell me the theme again.
I
Sort of.
don't have a name yet. It's kind
I
of
know,
sort of
but
like South American artists. No, not South American artisan. No, South. Uh, uh, I don't know.
is it a certain time or it's just
No, it's just that the weavers and the dyers and things like that. And I want to highlight the colors that came from that continent and then was spread all over the place. So I want to concentrate just with them because afterwards, after it went to Europe, everybody started using it. But I want to concentrate where it originated.
Dale? She said that somewhere back in the archives of her channel is a walkthrough of her studio, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it was before the renovation or.
No, it wasn't. But I didn't. You know, dummy me. I didn't take any pictures of the interior of this place before we renovated it. Why? I don't know. We've renovated so many places. I have so many before and after pictures. Why I didn't do that here, I have no explanation at all. South American makers. There you go. But it isn't just South America because Mexico is in South America. So, so I can't say South American. We can't say South America. Mexico's not in South America. Let me see if I can find. Let me hold on, because I have to shut up pretty soon in 4 minutes. So let me see if I can find. Let me see if I can find my own my own video. Let me see if I can find my own video, guys. Isn't that funny? I don't know where my own video is. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh.
Funky Fish Caboodle 2.0.
What about that?
She was telling her, hey, Allie, she was telling Barbie there was a Funky Fish 2.0 caboodle.
Oh. I think I closed out. How did I do that? Oh no. Oh, it let me in. I can't believe it. It almost always makes me sign back in. Okay, so let me go to my
Oh,
channel.
Janice found it. Janice found it.
Oh, okay.
I
Thank you, Jan.
forgot that's my job to tell you to stop. Janice found it.
Yeah, Latin makers. That sounds good. That's all encompassing. Okay. So was there two Janice or just one?
She's got remodeled cottage or art studio, and then she's got studio walkthrough.
Okay. I thought there might be two. And I don't know what the difference between the two is, but I don't remember to tell you the truth. It's been a while. And so just for those of you that are new, that is a detached home, small detached home. In progress. I have an in progress one. See, I don't even know what I did.
New art studio in progress.
Oh dear, I'm gonna have to go back and watch my own videos.
J Mac said, I learned to weave in high school from a sweet man at the university in Saltillo. His English was bad and my Spanish was worse. Started my love of those fibers.
Oh wow, then you really know all the history of all those colors and where all the cool stuff is. Where all the cool kids are down there.
Go to her home tab and in the search window put studio.
Oh. See, Janice knows how to do these things. I'm still going through all this insurance stuff, you guys.
She bought the house next door.
Yeah. I guess you could call it a cottage. It was a house to somebody. It was a house to somebody. People lived in it. No, it was existing. This house, my studio was built in the 1920s. 1920s. And let me tell you, some parts of it smelled like that.
Oh no.
Well, it had been unoccupied for about 4 years when we bought it. So it had been closed up. So you can imagine with the heat and all that kind of stuff. Oh yeah, I'm gonna shut up. Go for it.
J Mac Rosemary should, but she probably didn't do it because she doesn't go in through YouTube.
Yeah, I don't go through YouTube. I know I know that just recently Johnny got rid of it. So
Hey, Jean.
I'll go in one day with her private and then we'll get it out.
Hey, Amber. Hey, Gail. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Stasia. Hey, Lucy. Leslie said, I don't see that heart.
I think it depends on what device you're on, to tell you the truth. And it depends on the brand of your device.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Leslie. Hey. Hey. And
Hey, Joy.
hey, Joy. Hey, Pinky. And hey, Janet Bishy Bomb. Hey, Lori. Hey, Adria. Hey, Mr. Adria. Ann said I fell asleep.
I should go boo.
Hey, Pinky and Annie Mame and Sally and Fern and Ruth and Carol and Kathy D and Hassan. Hey, Janice. Janice said all of a sudden it's gone. That's weird.
Ah, wow. I guess we hurt its feelings.
Hey, Linda. Yep, I have it on my iPhone. It is annoying. Yeah, you have to do it each time you do the video. Hey, Allie. Oh, you must be tapping it, Adria.
Mm.
Hey,
Yeah,
CJ
I don't
and
even have
Donna
it. I don't even have the YouTube app.
and Jennifer Jane.
I don't like the format.
J Max said, I'm apparently slow. I just now realized why everyone was saying hey.
Have we gotten a new lurker? Is Dave
Well,
with us?
we got Barbie, but she came in 30 minutes early.
Well, then we can't count her. She's officially one of ours now. She's not a lurker no more.
That's right. Still on the iPad. Janice moved to the desktop.
Yeah, I know that today, well, yesterday too, but Johnny was trying to figure it out yesterday, and then she figured it out, and she kind of briefly showed how to do it this morning. And yeah, you're claimed, Barbie. You're one of us. Sorry. Um, and I was in the other room just listening to it, um, and I wasn't. When I do this, I'm not on YouTube at all. I mean, I'm showing up on YouTube, but I'm not there. Yeah, we'll go back to did Kathy explain to you how to do it? Because you could go to her video and do it. You could also go to Johnny's video. She explained how to do it.
Um, did you answer, Leslie?
Oh, what was the question?
He said, when will the cochineal color pack be in the shop? Sorry if you already said it. New dog squeaking toy.
Oh, I can put. I don't have the. I don't have. It, what do you
Hey,
call it?
Kathy.
Oh, there she is. Maybe she's got a link. She might have a link.
She watched Johnny do it, she said.
Oh. Oh, okay. Cool. I I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't know. I don't have the answer. I don't ever see the hearts. So I was wondering at one point I was going, "What the heck are you all you ladies seeing things? What's going on?" And then what happened? I think I went to my phone or something because I hardly ever watch any of you guys on my phone because I've got it on my computer while I'm running around here in my studio. And so I went to the phone and there they were. Broop, broop, broop. I said, well, no wonder this is annoying.
Oh, she said you can go in and take it out while you're streaming. Janice put the link in.
Oh.
No, it has to be the channel owner, I think, JMac.
Yeah, if I start going pushing buttons, we'll be gone for tonight. We'll be gone for tonight. Okay. For those of you guys that are here, hold on. If you want one of those, just let me know right now and I'll reserve one for you because it's not up. So I'll give first dibs for you guys that are here. Just let me know and I'll write your name down. Oh, where's my pencil and paper? I got my paper. Where's my pencil?
I think that they ought to make it where it only comes up if you go set it.
If you
Instead
what?
of, I think that it should only come up if you set it to do
Yeah, I
reactions.
know. They make all this stuff like the default, and then it's
Yeah.
your problem to try and undo all this crazy stuff.
Leslie wants one, please, and thank you. What does she want?
She wants one of the cochineal packs.
Oh.
I'm going to write names down. If you want one, oh, wait a minute.
I don't think she has it. You might want to message her in Etsy, Stasia.
Yeah, I don't have it anywhere. I'll give it to you privately.
Amber wants one.
Amber. Okay, hold on.
J-Mac said, yes, this is for the cochineal
Just
pack.
so
Pack.
we know what we're doing. Just so we know what we're talking about here. This is what you're putting in your request for before I put it in the shop. There we go.
J-Mac said yes for her.
I stopped with an A.
Amber.
Oh, Amber. I just put an A and then I stopped.
Linda.
Okay.
Nancy.
Okay.
J-Mac.
Yep.
And Amber wants a caboodle too. I don't know. Did you say a price?
These are 25.
And Leslie wants a caboodle.
Oh, there'll be plenty there, Leslie.
Okay.
I don't have to put your name down for that.
J-Mac said, can we claim it in next month's caboodle or do it later? How do they ship them together?
Oh, I see what you guys are doing. You guys are way ahead of me. Okay. Yes, I'm going to put down a / caboodle for Leslie. That way
Amber.
I'll hold on to it and we'll ship them together. Okay. Alrighty. Amber wants a caboodle also?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anybody else is going to want a caboodle kit with that?
J-Mac, did you want a caboodle and that together?
And then I'll hold on to them and ship them at the same time. Because it might be a couple of days until I get everything together for the caboodle kit. Make sure I found everything.
She said yes, and Nancy wants the caboodle too.
Okay, so I'll hold on to those for you guys. Whoops. Put that down for Linda. You said Nancy. I'm okay.
Linda
guys.
said she'll take a caboodle as well.
Oh, okay. All right, so all of you want me to hold on to it. No problem, guys.
I think you're out of the belly pokes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
She's out of the belly pokes, but the Latin American artisan or whatever she calls it,
Yeah.
will be in the shop in a couple of days.
Yes.
Yes, the caboodle kit is the journal kit, yes, but this cochineal sampler that she made the other night is.
Yeah, this is fabric only little fetal doodads for you to put. Because what we're doing for you guys that are here new, as far as what we do with this, we have two different ways that some of the ladies are putting these together when we have these kits. Of course, they use them in their journals and whatever they want to do, but we also are putting together a diary of all of the dies that we're doing. And so they'll put some of those things here in their little sample kit. And then in addition to that, I'm doing a scrapbook. The ladies might be doing it also, I'm not sure. I'm doing a scrapbook of each of the fabrics. Like this was when we did the crepe myrtle. I need to write these out because I forget sometimes. This one was the logwood. Oh, I just love the logwood. And this one we did the marigold. And this was when we did the madder. Look at the colors that we got with madder. Unbelievable. And this, what was this, Susan?
Acorn.
And this is the one we just did. These are a lot of my sample ones. I haven't even started that. And I think I may redo this. This is the cabbage.
Mulberry. Oh, cabbage.
Yeah, this was the cabbage one. And I know a lot more now than I did then. This is like one of the first things I did. So I may do another one and try and home in on certain colors.
Is that the red cabbage?
Yes. And then I did the black bean. I did very little with the black bean. So I'm going to do that one over again. I just did little sample things. And this one here is with the alum, and this is with the soda ash. But I'm going to do that again sometime soon. And then this was the maíz morado. Remember we did that? And all the cool colors. This was dyed with that. And then these were just some of the sample colors that came out with the different modifiers.
She showed it earlier, Jean. Barbie says, do you have a dyeing workshop?
I guess I would say yes. If you if you get the link that Janice put up there of the video of my studio, this little house has a full working kitchen. And so I have a refrigerator, the stove, the oven, a large table in the kitchen, and that's basically where I do all my eco printing. I do all of the extractions of these dyes.
I
That's
don't
where
know if she's talking about a personal workshop or a workshop.
Oh, you mean like to purchase? No, I do not. I do for eco printing, but not for this because I'm learning. I don't feel I don't know enough of any of this to teach anything.
If you go back, Barbie, a couple of months ago, she did a whole lot of dyeing during the streams.
Yeah, see, that's my problem. I do, in a way, kind of, sort of. You've got some, if you want to experiment along with me, I show you every time what I did, and I have little containers, and I have the natural dye bath, and I add the modifiers in there, and then we see what colors show up. So we're kind of all doing it together and learning together. Um, yeah, I
Yeah,
would.
she does, Leslie, but she won't do it.
Oh yeah, I know I need to, but I like for instance, like today, what would I put this under? We've talked around. I'm going to end up talking about 10 different things. Am I going to put that on 10 different playlists? And then I'd have to go through the video and find out, the mark, what number to what subject. Oh, I'd be there all day
No,
long.
you don't have to do that. She's just talking about playlists. Like,
No, but seriously, what would I put it under? I'd have to put this video under like at least 4 different playlists.
it could be month in. Oh yeah, she did make a her diary. That's probably the one you want to watch when they did the diary
Oh,
caboodle.
yeah. Okay, so if you go over to my Facebook group, I have a digital. Do I have that over there?
I think so.
Oh, on the Facebook group, I have this digital, which is the die swatch. And you can print that out and it's 2 to a page, and then I just cut it in half, and that's where I came up with this dimension. So
Hold it up.
the Facebook group has this print out right here, minus this. It has it, and that way it has the date. Then you have the name of it, the botanical name, what kind of fabrics you use, the mordant, the modifiers. So you can start your own little list, and that you can get over there for free. And then over on my Etsy shop, I sell the print out, all this printed out for you, the cover and the insides. It's all printed for you, and you can purchase that. I print it out and I can mail that to you. And then on one of my videos somewhere, we made it and put it together. Woo-hoo! I'll have to find that because I know when the people, I'll look for it again. When the people purchase this, I usually try to give them that link so that they can put it together. Yeah. And if you want me to make you one of these, I think there's also an area where you can purchase the actual book, and I'll make one for you. I think I gotta go look in my shop. I forget what I keep because I keep taking stuff out. Let me see what's still over there, guys. Let me go see what's still over there. What do we still have for sale? Listings. Okay.
I think it all started with the marigold.
Yes, it did. Okay. So, you can go over there and I can make you one of these, this whole thing, and I charge $95 to make this for you. If you want the printouts, to make all of this, it's $20. And if you just want this printout, you can get that free in the Facebook group. So you have basically 3 choices. 3 choices. Which way to go? So I started off just doing this, and then of course, as you know, I have so much stuff left over. Then I thought, ooh, this would be kind of cool to make a big one and throw in all kinds of stuff. That's sort of how that began. And it's getting kind of full already, you guys. I might have to make 2. That's why I didn't put the spine in, because I figure, oh boy, it might get kind of gigantic. And I could still add to this the way it's made. It's just file folders. And I put them together with some muslin. So it can get as big as I want it to get. All right. Moving right along. Let me get a
Here you
drink.
go. Janice put in the Facebook and I approved her membership. Janice put in the diary.
Yeah, because it's really easy to make it for yourself, guys. And I'm sure you've got a book or something that's about that size, and just, put it in the other direction and you're ready to go. Or you could use the cardboard boxes and then just cover it up with some cool paper. I'm sure you've got lots of scrapbook paper, you ladies. I know mine just sitting over there doing nothing. So I've got a bunch of books, empty books, that have already been gutted and everything. So what I'm going to do, I don't know when, again, I don't know when I'm going to do this, but I've got a lot of pretty papers. Pretty papers. I mean, that's why I got them, because I thought they were pretty. But now you know how it is. You guys, you all have done it, ladies. You like something and then you go all out, and then you start liking different things. So I thought, like a couple of years ago, I think it was a couple of years ago, I made a bunch of what did I call them?
Hey, Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
No, J Max, she answered enough questions in here.
What?
J Max said you didn't make her answer the questions.
um the I think I called them no guilt junk journals. That's what I call them. No guilt junk journals. I made a whole bunch of them a couple of years ago. So I'm going to make a bunch of those someday soon. And they're basically a cool book with all kinds of papers just sewn in there, and that's it. So that instead of buying a really really pretty snazzed up journal, and you don't want to touch it, you don't want to write in it, you don't want to glue in it because you see it as a piece of art, well, you get all guilty about it. So these are called no guilt junk journals, which they're kind of basically naked and you can do whatever you want with them. So I think I'm going to put in a lot of my favorite papers in there, and that way you can cover them up, you can paint them, you can rip some out and use them in other projects because it's kind of cool paper,
Yep.
and then you guys can just do whatever you want with it. So
And actually, J Mac, she seemed like you knew her, so since she knew you, I let her in immediately.
there you go.
Amber says, I think I buy a bunch of cute papers and then I don't know how I want to use them, so she hoards them.
Yeah, what I started doing with some of the papers I like, I haven't done it this year. I did it last year. I did a lot of my eco printing on some of my favorite papers because, a lot of the papers that we buy, it's one sided. So the I print on the back side, and then it ages if the color of the scrapbook paper was too bright or vivid. Well, then through the process, it nulls it. No, not doesn't dulls it. I cannot talk today, guys. And so it makes the papers look really cool. I did that last year. I haven't done it this year. I think I'll do that. And and that way that's another way of me sharing the paper. So when people order my eco printed papers, one side will have a print and the other won't. So what else? What else?
I have so much paper upstairs. So many books of paper. Paper,
Oh dear.
paper, paper, paper.
Well, see, before I started, okay, this is what happened, guys. Let me start gluing and stuff while I'm chit chat instead of just looking at blank pages. I want to glue some of this stuff down to get this started. Um, when okay, what year was this? I'm trying to think. It was a long time ago. I was here though, but I've been here 15 years, so it could be a long time ago. I went to what's the name of that
Dale said my paper's beginning to scare me.
store?
Oh no, J Mac, that's so horrible. People stay out of my business.
So I went to I can't remember the store right now. I don't ever go there anymore. I can't remember the store, but anyway, they had a little section where they had crafting kind of stuff, and they had scrapbook paper. Now don't laugh at me. I had never seen scrapbook paper in my life because this was not part of my world. So when I saw these pads, scrapbook paper, I go, "Oh man, what do you do with this? This is really cool." And so I bought some. And the first one I got, it had elephants, all the kind of cool stuff that I still like, right? And I just sat on it and had a lot of what I would call like world stuff from all over the world type of patterns and stuff like that. So I thought that was super super cool. And I bought it. I had, ooh, where'd that red come from? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I know where that came from. When I was doing, never mind, hold on. Hold the phone, people. Hold the phone. That's when I did some cochineal stuff and I didn't wipe it all the way out. Okay.
Man, I got a storm coming right up on me.
Oh no.
Did you ever get anything last Thursday?
I can't tell you. I don't know. can't tell you what
I
happened.
don't think you did.
I can't tell you what happened yesterday or an hour ago.
It's gonna miss you, Leslie.
So I buy the paper, not knowing what the heck I'm supposed to do with it. I just knew I liked it,
Yeah.
and it was something different. Like wow, something different. And then along the road, I found this table that was out there, a small little. It was only maybe about 15 by 15, and it was a mess, but it was cute. So I picked that up one day. And so then I was looking at it and I was going to paint it. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Then I looked at that paper that I bought and I go, oh man, wouldn't that paper look cool on the inset of the top of that table? So that was the first thing I ever did with with paper was I worked on furniture with all these cool papers that I would find. And then after I had my fall and my accident and I was watching YouTube, that's when I found you guys. And I'm going, oh, that's what you're supposed to do with the paper. Oops.
The storm, Leslie.
Oh, oops. I didn't know that's what the paper was for. And the first thing I saw was scrapbooking, and nothing about scrapbooking appealed to me. It was like, no, I don't want to do that. I won't ever do that. And then I just kept clicking and clicking all the things that they, would suggest. And then came up junk journals. And I thought I had died and went to heaven. I go, oh my gosh, you can do whatever you want. And this is when junk journals were junk journals, not what they are today. This is when they were real junk. And I thought, oh my goodness, my people. I still kept using it on furniture. I didn't make a junk journal. And then I joined my first group. And then they started talking about swaps. And I thought, oh my gosh, it's an underground swapping pool here. I thought there were a bunch of deviants. I had never heard of the word of swapping.
Did you
Except
sell your furniture? Or did you keep it?
I kept it. I still have that still is my favorite table. It's sitting right next to maybe some of those pictures. You know when I showed my couch and I had all those cantha quilts on there?
Yeah.
Right next to it is a little table. I don't know if it shows in the picture or not. I can't remember. That little table is sitting right there. I gilded because it was just on little spindly legs.
Oh
So
yeah.
I gilded everything except the top. And I pieced a bunch of paper on there. Someday I'll take a close up for you guys and I'll put it in the group. Um, and it's still there. It's one of my little favorites.
That's like that night you and I and Johnny. I found that giant um decoupage paper,
Yeah,
and I still have it. I think I'm just gonna like Mod Podge it to the wall because it's so huge.
yeah,
It's like the size of a buffet or something,
yeah.
or
And
a
there's
dresser.
and now since then, it's like it's become extremely popular in the past. I say 5 years, and more so in the past 2 years, where all of these different companies they're selling it specifically for furniture. I mean, it used to be you would just use tissue paper and stuff, but now they're gigantic designs, and they've got the tissue paper one, they've got the one where they're transfers and they're like humongous decals, and you put them on your they're beautiful. I mean, they're expensive, but they're beautiful.
Yes, because of
And so
course I
my
had to
first
buy several.
yeah, and my first love, artistically was redoing homes, and second was redoing furniture. That was that was it for me, and it was really fun because when we would buy a house. We'd buy a house and then we'd only live in it for like maybe 2 years and then we'd sell it. So what was cool about that was that then I had another house to redo the whole thing with.
Yep.
And lots of people wanted the furniture that was in the house. I didn't care because it wasn't sentimental to me in the sense that, it wasn't handed down or there was no history in it. I had just done crazy stuff with a bunch of junk.
Yep.
And a lot of the people wanted the junk. So that meant, woohoo, I get to paint some more junk. And that
Yeah,
was,
I watched Decoupage Queen. I think that's her name or
oh,
something.
yeah.
She does stuff all the time like that.
Oh, cool.
I think that's her name.
And, so it just kind of organically morphed from all of that, you know.
That
Because
lady looks like she morphed out of that mound.
I know. She's one big avocado pit. That's all I can say.
Oh, this is your big book.
Yeah, this is my big book
Okay.
for the cochineal. This is going to be the background for the cochineal stuff. So that's how my love of all the scrapbook paper started. So when I got on that tangent, and this place was selling it really cheap. It was like a closeout outlet or something. So of course I thought I was going to use it all. And then after I had my accident, I couldn't do anything physical for quite a while and discovered all you guys. And then I go, oh, maybe I could do this and that. So I used that paper a lot.
So who fed Richard all this time?
I did.
With two broke legs?
Well, no, well, I had a little, I had one of those, I had one broke leg, and a sprained ankle.
Oh.
So yeah. So the sprained ankle, I could do a lot of hopping. And then I had one of those, what do you call them? Where you strap it on your leg and it's got a wheel. I look like one of those dogs that don't have an appendage. I only use that in the house. Oh, my buddy.
He's coming in because the storm's getting close.
Uh-oh. Where are you? Where are you, buddy? I couldn't stay seated. I would roll myself from the living room to the kitchen. That was my exercise. That was my exercise for the day. What do you want to eat, Richard?
I don't know if she had a knee scooter. Sounds like she had like a Captain Jack peg leg with a wheel on the bottom. I had a knee scooter, and those are freaking awesome. When I had my Achilles tendon surgery,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what I had. That's what I had.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't take it out because it looked like it'd be dangerous if you went to town or anything.
Oh man, you can fly through Walmart.
So what happened is once he let me put weight on my sprained ankle, which was real soon, he let me do that. Then I went all over the place with that big old foot thing they give you, that boot. Yeah. Oh man, I drove, I went shop, I did everything with that boot. It didn't stop me after I was able to. I mean, there was a certain amount of time I couldn't get on it, but then when he did let me, hello, out of the way, people. I gotta get some scrapbook paper that I don't know what to do with.
I remember I bought my knee scooter like 3 weeks before my surgery so we could get the house set
Uh-huh.
to where I could get through and make it around the corners and not kill myself. I don't know if Walmart sells ephemera or not. I don't think so.
I don't think so. Well, at least mine does. Let's put it that way. They've all got different stuff. Hmm. I gotta find another piece of. I know I have some more of this somewhere. Where would that be? Where would that be, guys?
I saw your new pup on your you posted the other day. Let's see. I figured that's what that was a new rescue.
A new puppy. Let's see what I have over here.
Yeah, I don't think they do, Dale. I mean, you can get some Aleene's tacky glue and
Yeah, they have
some
that.
scissors, and we don't have or
Well, I take that back.
my
You know
state
what?
doesn't have Kmart anymore.
I take that all back. They have scrapbook paper at Walmart.
Oh,
They do. I remember now. I remember.
probably not a lot because it's only like an aisle.
Perfect.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we don't have Kmart.
I don't think there's any more in the United States, is there?
Hello, Devin Rex.
Hey, hey. How's everybody doing?
Yeah, Dollar Tree is really picking up the lost Tuesday morning shoppers, and
Yeah, for sure.
my power went out. It came back on.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Well, one day, excuse me, one day last week, maybe it was Thursday, we got this freaky storm. Maybe that was Thursday. It came and went within, I would say, 20 minutes. But during those 20 minutes, we had such a windstorm. It was like, I think any faster it'd have been a tornado, but it was probably straight line, really, really um, spooky wind. And um, it blew things all over the place. It was kind of, the wind part was kind of unexpected. And there was stuff everywhere. And it blew stuff off the porch. It was like, where'd that go? We didn't even notice it till the next morning because we didn't go out. Right after that, it started raining. After the wind, it started raining a lot. Um, but there was stuff on my little porch back here up the studio. A couple of my plants fell over, and even though I had closed the umbrellas on my tables out there, and wrapped them with the thing that goes around it with the velcro and everything, the whole table and the um, umbrella fell over, so it was pretty strong. It was pretty strong. Okay, so I'll cut that when it's dry so the tab will show. And then I'm going to cover up this little spot. Oh, I think Susan's going in and out. Oh, she's gone completely now. So her power must be going off and on. So, how many people, raise your hand, how many people watch Shabby Dabby Doo Dah? She is going through some trials, ladies. She's one of the ladies I have in the background. She always pops up while I'm doing stuff, so I feel like she keeps me company in my studio every day. And when she comes in, she's always cheery and she wakes me up. Hello, oh hello, how you doing? I know, Devin. Yeah, I wanted to address that. Um, for a variety of reasons, I want to address it. First of all, if you don't know her, go find her and support her channel. Um, she's a very faithful content provider. She's there all the time. She has an Etsy shop, and she's always very upbeat and positive. But she's going through some trials. I won't go into all the details. She's not. I mean, she gives you all the details, but it's better if you get the details from her. Um, but in a nutshell, she went through what she thought was an amicable divorce, and now it's not so amicable. Even though the divorce is final, they do things different, I think, in England as far as finances and who gets what and how and everything. And so now she's in a position of trying to save the roof over her head, and her husband is not helping any. So, and she had a death of a friend very recently, and that's weighing on her. And what made it doubly trying for her was she had to go to court to address these issues about her and her husband, ex-husband, on the same day that the funeral was for her friend, and they wouldn't change the date of the court hearing. She had to be there, so she had to miss the funeral. So that weighed very heavy on her. I think if it hadn't been for that, she would have been able to handle all this better. But you know, when you have something that serious and traumatic, and then topped over with something equally, um, emotionally draining, one person can only take so much. But anyway, so one way that we can support her is, if we're going to buy digitals anyway, go buy some from her. And even if you're not going to use them, just like your scrapbook paper, buy them anyway. It's a way to support her and through this time. Thank you, Janice, putting that link. And I think it's for those of us that think everybody else has it a little bit better than us, it's a good time to reflect that just because people don't share the trials that they're going through, and they put on a good, you know, a good persona in front of everybody, and then sometimes, we might become envious of certain people for certain things they've accomplished or accolades or whatever is going on in their life that you're envious about. It's, we don't know the whole story. We don't know the behind the doors stuff. And I think that's why we each should really be grateful for whatever positive things we have in our life, whether they're people or our health or whatever it is. Don't diminish those things within our own lives based on what we think other people have, because you'll be surprised. You may not want what those people have. Okay, so this is basically what I do when I just put something in the background, whatever you've got, whatever you want. And because I put this little piece of paper on the back of the cochineal pack, I thought, well, let's just put that here. And then in the caboodle kit, I'm going to put this in it, so that kind of will bring it kind of all together. Exactly. Yeah, we don't need to be envying. I mean, you think about it. I mean, I think about it when you see people that so and so, the in social media. You've got, like, for instance, I don't really hardly do that much with Instagram, but there's a lot of what they call those social influencers on Instagram. And then later on it'll come out that everything about what they said was a lie, and they end up getting murdered by their abusive boyfriend, or whatever it is, being thrown over a cliff. I mean, all kinds of crazy stuff. But on Instagram, their life looked perfect, right? And it was far from perfect. Far from perfect. Okay, so I have to let that dry. And that should be pretty cool. So let's see, what am I going to put on here that I have already that maybe I can play with? Where's that pile of stuff? Okay, Rosemary, where'd that pile of stuff go? I don't know. Now I got to go look. Oh, here's some of it. Here's some of it. Okay, so so here are some of the samples. Oh, I forgot I had these here. These are some of the samples I have. This is the vinegar. Okay. So if you were there that night, you realize how different the two papers took the color. This is the same concoction, and this was the watercolor paper, and this was the mixed media paper. They all came out a little bit different. It was so strange. I don't know. Maybe I'll just clip those on there. Who knows? Let's see. Let's lay them out and see what they look like. So these are the neutral. I had some of those left over. For some reason, I don't know what happened to the neutral little fabrics. They're not in the other book, and they're not on here. I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember. I did so many different things. I don't have a clue. Okay, so these are the two with the iron. All right, that. Clueless. Okay, look at the alum. Whoops. The alum really, really got some rich colors. Now, when I did these, I didn't do the orange ones. Oh, I got to see if I have any of the orange dye left, so I can do some with the orange. This was before I got the real vibrant orange. And this is the cream of tartar. Kind of cool. And this is the soda ash. And this is the baking soda. So now I need to get some of the samples of the second batch I did with that. I got the other colors. So let me get a couple of clippings of those to put over here. I think I have to cut a lot of these down. I'm not going to have room for all of that. But let's just see. Ooh, I got to put this in some water. I'll really be in trouble. Oh, thanks, Janice. Yeah, that's where we played around with the colors. And then this is, I ended up getting some of the pink and some of the orange when I worked on it over the weekend. Here is a sample of the, whoops, of the silk. Here's the color I got with the silk. And what else do I have? I've got, oh, here we go. I have a sample of this. Can use that. And then I'll cut me a piece off of this stuff. I'm trying to read and it's like I can't move and read at the same time. Oh, 2 pounds of the orange. 2 pounds, huh? Okay. And then I have, I'll use this somehow, but that's the skein that I dyed. And is that all my fabrics? Oh, well, I got enough purple stuff. I don't need more purple stuff. And then I'll cut a piece of this. All right, so I think this is a pretty good sampling. Whoops. Oh dear, I went flying. Okay, never mind. I think this is a pretty good sampling. Where do I start? I bought it. Jacquard sells it. So, you just type it in. But the brand I got was Jacquard. And I think they have it on Amazon, I believe. And several places. And on Etsy, there's a lot of sellers that sell the cochineal. You could also get it on Etsy. Yeah. And that's how you spell it, in case you're wondering. Cochineal. And this is by Jacquard. And don't let this deceive you. This is the first bottle I've ever bought, and I'm still using it. It goes a long way, guys. A long way. Look, I mean, it's still up to the white part. So if you think, oh, that's a little pricey, well, it really isn't pricey by how much dye you can get out of it. Oh, I bet, Barbie. Yeah. Yeah. That would be cool to work with them that way. Okay. Oh, and by the way, some people grind them if they want the powder form before they boil, and other people don't. I've done it both ways. I don't really see that difference in the color. The only difference is that if you're doing like really fine dyeing, like if you're dyeing fabric that you're going to make a clothing out of it or something, and if the fabric, if one of these bugs kind of nestle into a little corner or something, it could leave a spot. So if you're doing serious stuff, I would grind it into a powder, and that way your dyeing is uniformed as opposed to a little bug spot here and there. But because of what I'm doing, it doesn't really matter. So I did not grind this particular batch. All right, so this is what I have to play with, guys, to put on these pages here. And I got to figure out exactly how I want to do this. I do it a little different on every page, but I do know. Let's see. I don't need these to be this long. I know that. And I don't have the fabric to go with the neutral one, so I don't need that for right now. Oh, see? Jennifer knows about the alpacas in Peru. That's right. Here's the are you still here, Jennifer, or did you leave already? Here's the cochineal sample pack. Whoops, there we go. That's the sample pack right there. So you get a little bit of everything. And if you guys, I don't know the technical name for those bugs that when we were kids we called them roly-polies. You touch them and they roll up, and they got those little scales on them. They look almost prehistoric if you looked at them really, really close. That's kind of the outer skin of these bugs look like those little roly-polies. And let me see. See, that's actually the dry bug. Oh, my focus isn't that kind. I can't get that close. But if you look at it really close, it has those little scales, just like those little roly-polies did. Yeah. Now, okay, let's make a mess together. Let's just have some. Let's have a little fun. No, it's gonna be. Oh, where'd the roly-poly go? Uh-oh. Oh my God, there he is. I'm gonna say I lost him. Okay, let's make a mess. Let's make a mess. I just gotta kind of soften him up a little bit. I gotta rehydrate him. Her, I should say. It's the female, right? Right, ladies? Those of you that know. From what I read, this is a female. The males don't give color like this. Oh, he's still too wet. She's still too wet. She's got to boil. She's not going to let off any color like that. Yeah, the males only live for a short period of time. Their only job on Earth is to fertilize the eggs of the female, and then once they do that, they don't eat anymore, and then they die. They fast and they die. They die fast from a fast. Oh, I'm not going to get anything out of there. It's got to really rehydrate. Ah! Okay, well, the bug's gone now. Anyway, that didn't work. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put this back here. Yeah, very romantic, Anne. I know. Oh, Jennifer wants one. Okay, I'll put you down, Jennifer. Oops. Okay, so they're having storms down there, Jennifer, and electricity was going in and out, and I think it went out. Yeah. So I think Leslie saw the storms coming, and Susan was coming in and out a lot. So I think that's what happened. All right. So what's back here? Oh, that won't hurt anything if I poke a hole through there. Maybe I'll just put them all up on the top and then do other stuff down on the bottom, maybe. I don't know. Let's put these up here like that. Maybe we'll do it that way. Yeah, that's right. We'll call Wilson. He's got a generator. Call him Mr. Wilson. Call Mr. Wilson. Oh, thanks for stopping by, Devin. Thank you so much. I'm not sure how I want to do this. I got to look at this for a second. I'm not sure if I want to leave these long danglies the way they are or not. Because they have so many of the similar colors on this first batch. Maybe I'll take some out that are a little, like this is kind of repetitive of all those. And then I like the gray one. This is extra dark. This has the orange. And these two are kind of sort of the same. So maybe I'll take this one out maybe. Maybe I'll put this in between those to really highlight those colors. Distinguish the two, put that in between. I'll end up putting that somewhere. Not sure where. Sometimes these come together really fast in my head, and other times I go, what the heck? Oh, I know, Leslie. And they said for a whole week it's all going to be triple digit for you guys. For like the next 10 days. That's not good news. I put that right there. Cut that off down a little bit. Right there. Now I can trim that later. Put that right on the. Oops, I'm out of frame. Right here on the tab section. I'll do that. Okay. Let's see. We're supposed to be in. I mean, we won't be in triple digit, but we're going to be in the 90s for the next 10 days too. Now, I think if I put a little, oh, I know what I could do. I can use these. do these? Oh, these two. I can turn these into a little tab for the fabric. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, there's parts of where did I read? Parts of Colorado and that kind of general area there, and on the high mountains, they're supposed to be getting snow. Snow in June. Okay, so if I put that there, then punch a hole in that, and maybe maybe that would look cooler. There we go. I think I'll put that on there. What do you think? What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I think so. And I think I'll just use my little stapler on that. I think I want to, whoops, I don't want to do that. Hi, Willow. How you doing? Okay, so I will just put a little bit on this. So we get rid of that white because all this is kind of dark, right? Okay, and
Good Lord.
you got power back?
Yeah, it came back on, but it was like, hey, Willow. It was like 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts and thundering loud and lightning and
Oh no, were the doggies scared?
yeah.
Oh.
Add Roseanne to the list for the cochineal packs.
Oh, okay, hold on. Thank you. Okay, we'll put that right there. Roseanne, you said?
Yes.
Thank you.
Man.
Wow. Yeah, I knew from Leslie's post that you were going to get something pretty quick.
Yeah.
Jennifer missed you. Okay.
I saw Jennifer when she came in earlier.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That.
A Willow's near Richmond, so
Oh.
this is going straight down to the Gulf. But I think it missed Leslie. Did Leslie get some?
She didn't say either way. She just said it was coming.
Oh, yeah. Coming for me.
All right, so now I need, where's the little thing? Oh, I wish that was smaller. Oh,
Please don't send Wilson over here to check on me.
we were going to try because we figured he had power with that generator.
Yeah. Oh, Leslie's getting it now. I didn't see it even going that way. Man. Betty was like, all the dogs were in there on top of her.
Oh, that's funny.
But it's been so. Betty was begging for rain today.
She didn't want the wind though, did she?
Luckily, it wasn't. I mean, the power flickered off and on like enough to make you hold your breath.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I had to make sure cell phone was plugged in so I could power up. So I don't have to be sitting down in the car.
You know they'd want you to.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just go out in the car?
Hey, Annie, ma'am.
Hey, girl. Okay, so we
Oh
know that
yeah, it's getting Katie now. Kind of looped around there.
you did the loopy loop. All right, so
Well,
then
tomorrow's only going to be a high of 94. It has been 100 and 102, so
a little relief.
a little.
Okay, so I put a little bit of the cochineal, the bugs on there, and I'll put some right there. Alrighty, we're getting somewhere. Not sure where, but we're getting there.
Auntie Mame said, my beloved cat Max passed away peacefully on Monday with the help of in-home euthanasia service. I am missing the little guy an awful lot.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
He had the kitty hat had a good life though. That's what I always reflect on our animals when we had to put them down. You know, they had a good life. Somebody else could have had them and they could have had a miserable life.
Yeah, true that.
And you know, some of those rescue animals that we get, they did have a miserable life with other people.
Yeah.
Not all of them, of course. You know, some people just couldn't keep them, but you know, the majority they had a rough life. I know the first thing I was going to say is how's the kitty, and I hesitated. I thought, oh, I don't want to hear this. But I'm happy for both of you. You got to enjoy the kitty, and the kitty's at peace now.
Did you go outside? You're wet. I don't think so. All my dogs are walking around with their legs crossed. Wish this storm hurry up, Mama, but you know we ain't going out on that wet grass.
Oh, that's right. Oh, what a bunch of wimps.
Annie Mae said, you are so right, Rosemary. I'm working on focusing on gratitude. I'm so grateful I had him. I got to spend time with him and I was able to give him a peaceful transition.
That's right. That's the best we can do.
Well, thanks for coming, Barbie. I hope we see you again.
Yeah. Stay safe and all that crazy weather.
We're here on Wednesdays and Thursdays, weather permitting. Yep, we'll be here tomorrow night too.
If we don't get blown away.
You getting a storm?
I'm just joking.
Oh.
I don't think so. I think we're safe for a while. Okay. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with this. I like that better. I like that better. Not sure where this is going to go, but I think I like it. I think I like it.
Let me see. I can't see. Okay.
The color.
Yep.
And I got to put a little doodad on it or something.
Everything needs a doodad.
Of course. What would be the world be without a doodad? See, I think I need to just cut it shorter. I don't want it folded, I don't think. And then, okay, I'll figure out where I want to cut it.
Sophie, go pee pee with Mama. Go. Little Pied Pipers walking out in the. Luckily, we have a breezeway, so we don't have to get wet while they are.
I remember the first, well, my first dog I had for 23 years. He lived 23 stinking years.
Wow.
So you know that was hard. And he had been in relatively good health his whole life up until the end. You know, he just literally died of old age. There's a certain name for it. I forget what it's called. I knew at the time, but he was he was at home and he wasn't acting normal. I didn't know what was wrong. I mean, in my own mind, I go, okay, he's 23. You know, I mean, you know what's wrong, Rosemary. But we still, we took him in. We didn't want him to suffer, and he was there, and they called us up and they said, well, he seems to be doing fine. I mean, I go, what? Yeah, he's doing fine. We ran some tests. There's um, those tests should be back, in a couple of hours. He's eating, and he's even barking at the other animals, other dogs. And I said, well, that sounds like him because he was one of these guys that barked at everything. He was part terrier. You guys know terriers. Uh-oh, my
Oh
lights just
my God, I do.
my lights just blinked. How come? And so he was, needless to say, a little chatty Cathy. And so I go, wow. And they said, we'll wait till the tests come back to make sure, but he could probably come home and the next morning. I said, great. So I went off to work and I was like, wow, you can't kill the guy. He's 23 years old. You can't kill him. And then I think it was like maybe 2 hours after I got to work, they called me up and they said, oh, Mrs. Morris, we're sorry to tell you, but we went to go feed him and he had died in his sleep. And you want to talk about a roller coaster of emotions. Like before, it was like I was joking about, man, they can't kill the guy, you know. And then 2 hours later, he just dies in his sleep. But that isn't that the best way to go? I thought, but I was, of course, I was devastated at the time. I couldn't even hardly speak. I told my boss I had to go home. I go home. My husband goes, "What are you doing home?" Because he worked half day that day. And I told him, and he was just kind of like blank. Because I had him before I had Richard. Richard came later. And then after that, I swore it was just too painful. I told my husband, I do not want another dog. I don't want another dog. I don't want another dog. And about maybe a year after that is when we moved to Hawaii. And and we had been there maybe maybe 6 or 9 months. And what does he do? He went down to the local Mexican restaurant to go pick something up. And one of our friends worked at the restaurant, and he told my husband, "Oh, look at these dogs. They're so cute. Blah, 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 blah." He goes, "I can't have a dog. You should take it home." And what does my husband do? He goes, "Oh, yeah, that's a good idea." So he grabs one of the dogs, and then there was a sibling of the dog, because the whole litter was out there. They had him out in the parking lot in the back of a truck. And he comes home, and all of you know that smirk that your husbands have when they think they have some cute idea that is not going to work. He goes up the driveway with the smirk. And I go, "What did you do now?" And he smirked even bigger. And he goes, "Come over here." So I go over, and he opens up the trunk because he didn't want the little puppies to jump out of the car. It was like 2 minutes away. But he had him in the trunk, in the box, and he opens up the trunk and he picks up one of the dogs and shows it to me. Like, who does not fall in love with a puppy, right? And he was so cute. And of course then you get the puppy breath, right? And then they get cuter with the puppy breath. And then I hear a sound that was not coming out of the dog. And I look at Richard, I go, "What did you do?" Well, in the box, there was another dog. He brought 2 dogs home. Oh my gosh. And then shortly after getting those 2 dogs, well, we weren't sure how old they were because the people said one age. They did not look that old. They were saying they were like, 8 or 9 weeks. They were not 8 or 9 weeks. They were younger than that, but they were eating on their own. And so then at the appropriate time, we guesstimated they were like, 6 or 7 weeks old. So then we got them the parvo shots because out there in that particular area, there was, an issue with parvo, which you should give all your animals that anyway. But anyway, not going to get on the soapbox. And what happened was, like a day after or 2 days later, the smaller of the 2 dogs was we had him in the area, and we would let them loose because they were so tiny they weren't going to go anywhere. And he kept going over into these high bushes, and we kept getting him and bringing him back, and he would go back into the high bush. And then within a couple of hours you could tell something was wrong with him. There was something definitely wrong with him. And so we called up the local vet there. We kind of explained what was going on and how old and blah, blah, blah. And he says, "Well, it's kind of hard to, unless you bring him in." And at that time, we didn't have any money at all. I mean, we did not have any money at all. And we spent all of our money to get to Hawaii. and um and so we took him in, and they said, "Well, we're sorry to tell you, but he has parvo." And I go, "He just got his shot yesterday." And in my mind, because I was like ignorant about it, I'm thinking, "Oh no, the shot gave him parvo." And he goes, "No, it doesn't work that way. There's an incubation period, so he must have been exposed to it, a few days before he even got the shot." So basically, he came to us with parvo. So we go, "What can you do for that?" Because I didn't really know what parvo was. I just knew it was a thing, and it was, you need to vaccinate your animals for it. And so basically, when a dog has parvo, they have a 50-50 chance. Either they're going to make it or they're going to die. And it's that simple. And so the antidote is basically fully hydrate, because what parvo does, it dehydrates an animal. So they have to rehydrate them. They got to plug them up. They got to give them this. They got to give them that. I mean, it's like full on tubes and medicine and injections and all kinds of stuff. Needless to say, that was not cheap. Now, Wade, this is like how many years ago? This was, oh gosh, 15. Oh, it's got to be almost 20 years ago now. And at that time, it was like $200. And I know in Hawaii, I found out later this the veterinary is a lot cheaper than like where we had come from in California. Because I was talking to a friend later, and he says that would cost you twice as much over here in California. So who knows what it costs now? But anyway, so we looked at each other. Now this is how people are with animals. Let me tell you. Um, we'd had that dog a week. Okay, a week. And we look at each other and we say, we can't let him die. Now, we've had him a week. We don't have $200. So we told the vet, we don't have $200. And he says, well, can you come up with, because they're not going to do it for free. He says, well, can you come up with half of it and you can pay the rest in payments? And my husband says, well, we could give you $75 and then can we do the rest in payments? And he goes, okay. So we give him the $75 and he was there, I think, a total of 3 or 4 days. And in general, they won't, even if the animal, if the treatment is successful, they don't want to release the animal until they eat on their own and they have a bowel movement on their own. So he wasn't eating. He wasn't he the symptoms of the parvo stopped. They cured him of that, but he wouldn't eat. And of course, if he's not eating, he's not having a bowel movement. So they asked if we could come in and try to feed him. Well, they brought this little, and remember now, he looks like a rat. He just recovering from parvo. He was a small little dog to begin with at the time, and he anyway. So the vet comes out with the little dog into the room where we were waiting. And all we did was say hello. The dog, a burst of energy, almost jumped out of the vet's arms. The vet could hardly restrain this poor little dog because he so desperately wanted to come with us. And the vet goes, take him home. He'll be fine. He had so much energy and he wanted to come with us. Go take him home. He told us we were supposed to feed him tuna from a can with something, and I can't remember what it was, but because he needs as much protein as he can get. It might, he might have a loose bowel movement with it, but that's fine. It's expected because he hasn't eaten it. Just make sure he drinks water and he has his little can of tuna. And he was so impressed that that little dog desperately wanted to be with us. After only being with us a week, he canceled the remainder of our bill. So for 4 days, we were only charged $75. It was unbelievable. It was crazy. But he did say that almost all animals that have parvo, especially to the extent that he did, and he was so young, they eventually in their life have kidney failure. And he says, I don't can't tell you when it will happen, but usually dogs that have parvo when they're young, they have a shorter lifespan than they normally would because it weakens their organs. But in the meantime, he says he'll have a normal life, he'll be healthy, but it's just that it wears out more quickly. And so when she was when he I got all my dogs confused. Um Wait a minute. Yeah, it was a girl. I'm getting confused with the dogs I have now. Oh, senility. So when she was about 7, she just overnight she stopped eating and she wouldn't eat anything. And so we took her in and we explained to the doctor, the vet already knew her history and stuff. So emphasized we were told something might be happening. And yeah, her kidneys, a lot of her organs were just shutting down. So that was the first dog that we had to put down. So that was hard. That was really hard, especially how much she fought for life, right? I mean, this dog fought for his life. Oh, but again, the happy thing is, we were there. If we weren't there for the dog would have died of parvo
Yeah.
and been dead. So we gave her a good life for 7 years. And yes, it was hard to put her down, but hey, she had 7 great years being a spoiled brat. Total spoiled brat. And then her sister lived to be about, oh, I think she was 12, almost 13. And we eventually had to put her down because she lost all mobility of her hindquarters. She couldn't walk, she couldn't do anything. And then the doctor checked her other vital things. She said her heart was really, really weak. Um, and so that was the second one. Again, she had a wonderful life. She was cantankerous. She was bossy. She was so bossy, I swear. And we called her Scooby Doo because she talked. She hardly ever barked. She talked all the time. We tell her, go over there and sit down. Woo, 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 woo. I mean, she was always cussing us out. Like, what do you mean telling me to go over in the corner and sit down? She wasn't having it at all.
That's what Sophie does. She talks back.
Yeah, that's all she do is talk back, talk back, talk back. And she was really happy when we got Junior because they were like best buds. Um, I forget how long we had Junior when she started to get sick, but it was cute. They had a good time together. But anyway, and we've had other dogs since then, and we've lost other dogs since then. But hey, we keep getting them because they give you a lot of joy in your life, and you're giving them a good home too. So I like dogs that talk back.
Yeah.
I like sassy dogs. Give me a sassy dog any day. Okay, I gotta pick up this fabric I dropped all over the floor. Oh my goodness. Come on, Rosemary. What's your problem? Okay, so I'm lacking inspiration of what I want to literally do with these. I know I want them in here, and so I'm not going to force it. I'm going to have to come back to this and see exactly what I want to do with this page. But this is the beginning. At least I got the background. I got the samples that I want to use. So I'll have to leave that to finish this another day because it's not just like coming. It's not just coming to me. So we'll set that aside. And we'll put this over here. Yeah, I do need some other stuff in there. You're right, Amber. And so I have to hunt. It's too empty. And I think I need to find some pictures. I think I might get some maybe a Bolivian lady and a Peruvian something and yeah, get some stuff that kind of depicts where I'm kind of trying to go. And then I'll be happier. But that will need the printer, so I don't want to do the printer.
No.
Although the other day,
When Anne was on, you did.
yes, I said, okay, let's just try it, and it worked. But I don't want to try it again because I think it was scared of Anne. It didn't want to mess up. So
Janice said Tamar wants to be on the list for a cochineal pack.
okay, thank you. I can do that.
Phew. So glad the power didn't go out.
Yeah, you'd be sweating it literally, right?
Well,
Okay,
I'd be sitting in the dark.
Oh. Let me see. Where am I going to put these all together? And I need to get a little envelope or something. Right now, just sit it over here. I'll remember that those are the ones I don't want.
Yeah, it's headed your way, J Mac.
Uh-oh. Now, what kind of a storm is it, you guys?
It's just a storm that came through.
I mean, is it rain, hail?
They said some there was a chance of like 0.88 size hail or something, but
Oh.
we didn't get any. Strong wind gusts, thunder, lightning.
Mm. Yep, like you say, regular old storm.
She's in Clear Lake, I think, Leslie.
Okay, ladies, I don't know what else to do. I don't have anything planned. That was my plan. We did the plan already.
Well, for tomorrow, you need to be prepared to make your card
Oh, yes. Oh, that'll be fun.
for last month.
Last month,
For the belly poke.
I didn't do that.
I don't know.
I'll double check tonight. Yeah.
I can send you the picture of the belly button.
That's fine. I really have seen it enough. I think I can see it with my eyes shut. I know I can see it. I wish I couldn't see it, but I can. I wish I could.
OMG.
Put this over here.
You gotta have the belly button.
Oh gosh. Oh, I know what could go over there. Where are those?
I think she did, Amber, because I accused her of not doing it, and then she showed it to me, but I
That's
can't
right.
remember what it was.
That's right. Yeah. Don't be telling me I didn't just. Oh,
Hey, Ann. Ann said no.
no, what?
Did you make a Rolodex card?
Did I make a Rolodex card?
Did you make a Rolodex card?
I don't know what the heck that means. For
Did you
what?
make a memory card for the Rolodex?
Oh, I don't think so.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You have to do one side spring and one side fishy fish.
I guess so. Yeah, I'd have to do that too. Okay, good. So you have a plan for tomorrow for sure. Okay, so I think maybe if I put one of these ladies over here, that might do the trick for me.
Oh, she did. You did.
I did what?
Sherry said you did.
Oh, okay. So if I put, let's see, I might have to, man, I don't, there's nothing here. I don't want to, oh dear, let's see. I like it all though.
We'll use it all.
I
Oh
don't,
no, you can't cut the flowers off.
I'm not going to cut them off. I'm going to cut the blue off.
Oh.
I just want a little, I don't like it just like, slap a piece of down. I want some,
Dimension.
yeah. See, that looks better already. If I do say so myself.
So you say.
So I say. That's what I said. I said.
And we got some of the weirdest looking. I don't know. We must have came home. Annie Mae says, I'm going to have to call it a night. Haven't slept well in the past couple of nights. We'll
I
miss you all
bet.
tomorrow, but have to go to a work dinner. We'll be good to get out of the house. Wishing everyone a good week. Good night.
Remember, you gave Max a wonderful life. No regrets. Happy thoughts.
We bought so many plants
Oh no.
Saturday. But one of them, we bought two two of these. I don't know what they are, but they were very cool looking. They look like little bitty mini. They look um between a hydrangea and a oh god, I can't think of that plant. Anyway, they
One of
have
those.
these orange flowers on them that have like mini flowers make the flower.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, very cool looking. And I don't know what else she got to go out there. That's why she was praying for rain today because she planted everything. Oh, we had to go get some perlite. That's why we went.
Oh, of course. How do you have your plans without perlite? Doesn't that just kind of like, well, if in the mixed it's okay, but if you just put that in water, doesn't it kind of float?
Did you just belch in Mama's face? Fresh dog food.
Okay, now it's looking better to me because we've got her there. It looks like she's in her booth where she sells her stuff, and you've got stuff hanging from the ceiling, and you can pick and choose your fabric you want. And she's got her fruit. Okay, okay, it's starting to make sense.
Starting to take shape.
Yeah, I was worried there for a while, like, what am I gonna do? Oh yeah, the stuff from the kit. Hello. Okay, let's see what I can do with this. It might be too much, but let's just cut this one up and see if there's anything we can do with it. Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe yes, maybe no.
I like the purples.
Yeah. I even like the pink, I must admit. Cochineal pink, I like. Wouldn't want to wear it all day, but I like it. Okay, let's see. She looks kind of cool there, guys. Right there next to that. She looks kind of cool. I kind of like that right there. Three might be too many, but let's just see.
The rain tore them up, but can you see what I'm talking about?
Oh, how pretty. How big is that?
It's like the size of a donut.
Whoa. Now, the leaves, are those like waxy?
Yes.
Okay, I know. I don't know the name of it, but I know that plant.
I don't know where she put the stick.
Yeah. Oh, how cool is that?
Oh, it's wet out here. And our yellow bells are blooming.
Oh, pretty.
That looks like pot, doesn't it?
No. No, it does not.
Oh, I can't see. Okay. I don't know what they are, but you got to have them in there.
Uh-oh. She went out again. Oh, well, she's walking in and out. Maybe that's why.
Whew.
You left for a second.
I said, then we got a miniature bottle brush bush.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I can't remember what they're called, Leslie. I'll have to take a picture of them. Oh, here they are. No, it's not it. I don't know. She got something called Crown of Thorns, and I don't think it's a hydrangea. It's something else.
Oh, I like this. I'm happy. I'm happy. Yay. Let's glue this puppy down. If it's the plant I think it is, Leslie, it's not a hydrangea. It's got a thick, waxy leaf, and it's kind of thick.
Yeah, I think she already put the card in her journal somewhere. No, but Kalantas, no. We have some of those. These are big. Yeah, it has something to do with butterflies, Janice.
Man, all of our crepe myrtles are just exploding with flowers.
I know, my neighbors too. My whole driveway was covered.
Yeah, those little flowers.
Pink flowers.
Of course.
I was like, what the hell is in my. Oh my God, it's a freaking crepe myrtle blooming over on the side of my garage. Yeah, calanchas are much smaller. Oh, J Max lights are flickering.
Uh-oh. Can't be good.
Yeah, see, the women are making the page.
Yeah. Yeah, you need to have the makers there. They're the makers of all this stuff.
Oh, man. Uh-oh, J Mac, you lost your electricity?
Uh-oh.
Well, it went through pretty fast. It's over for me.
It's over,
Over.
over, and out.
Oh yeah, it is an electrical storm, that's for sure. Yeah, but it went through quickly. It started whenever I lost connection and was pretty much gone when I came back. They've been saying rain every day, but today's first day I saw any. Man, I sure wish they would find that damn submarine. I can't believe that there's no signals or anything coming out of that submarine.
Well, if you read the report of all the issues with that submarine, you know why they aren't. They don't have GPS. They don't have, the only time they have no communication. It has, I mean, when I take it said it doesn't have it, I don't mean now, ever. It was not designed to have any communication. The only way it can communicate is when it's literally underneath the Titanic and they can text something about the metal and all this stuff. They're able to, they can't use a phone, they can't do any, there's no communication at all.
Okay, then I wouldn't have got in it.
Hello? It shows that just because you're a billionaire doesn't mean you are not stupid. Hello? 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 Hello?
I think you are correct, Lucy. I think it is a Chinese Ixora. That sounds very familiar. Stassi said it's insane. It's controlled with like a game controller.
It is. They had an interview on 60 Minutes, and the guy that is the head of the company, owns the company, and provides the tours. They have a, what, like an Xbox or something like that. That's what controls the whole darn thing. The amount of money they charge to go up and down in that thing, it looks like it's put together
They
like a
said it was off the shelf stuff.
Tonka toy. Everything. It's not top of the line, nothing. It isn't like it's a revolutionary type of thing. It is put together like it's a cartoon. And then they charge $250,000 to go down for a few hours. So, you know, if you're that rich and that stupid, I guess more power to you.
That's ridiculous. Just like they, want to go to the moon and stuff. Yeah, it says it was made with off the shelf parts.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. I'm not going in something like that. That's just asking for.
Well, they interviewed this one guy who was the friend of the billionaire guy that's in there. And he said he was supposed to go with him. It was going to be a friend thing they were going to go do. And he did some investigating. And when he saw all this stuff, you know, like it's a tinker toy basically, he says, I'm not going down that thing. And he told his friend, you're crazy if you go down that thing with that thing. And there you go. Okay, I like how this looks. Doesn't this look like these are hanging from the top of a little shed or something, and they're inside selling their wares?
Yes.
I think that's what it looks like. I think it looks kind of cool, guys. I'm happy. What do you guys think?
Very cool.
I think it tells a story.
Yes, Gail, I'd get claustrophobia too.
I think I'll just poke some little holes, put those. The problem with doing it that way, if I just poke some holes and leave them dangling, when you shut it, if they go all over the place, and then when you fold it, sometimes you get fold like this. So I'm gonna have to glue down at least the bottom one, because it's the fabric ones that get all crazy, and that kind of stays a little stiffer. So I think I'll glue down the fabric part and leave the paper just kind of
Flappy.
doing its thing. Yeah, leave the paper little flappy there. A little flappy. I had some. Where did they go? Maybe I used them. Oh, here's one. I had that one.
Gail said she didn't even enjoy the sub ride at Disney World.
And that one's high tech.
Probably more high tech than that one.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-mm. I don't want to go to the moon. I don't want to go to Mars. I don't want to go under the Titanic. Sounds like that area of water is kind of like the Bermuda Triangle to me.
I mean, the whole thing is very tragic, but I can't help thinking how stupid they are. And
You
what's
think
really bad is I read that it was it wasn't that long ago. I can't remember the time frame, but the owner had some third party come in and evaluate the safety factors, and he told him, he goes, this thing is not safe to go anywhere. So the guy got mad at him for saying that, so he dismissed him, and so the guy that did the investigation, not the investigation, but the yeah, is that what you call inspection? Excuse me. That did the inspection. He was so concerned, he went up and wrote the report anyway because he felt people needed to know how dangerous that thing was. And as soon as he wrote the report, his company fired him.
ah,
I guess because the owner of the whole thing probably was, friends of the owner of the other thing. Anyway,
probably.
so he got fired. And look what happened. So now this guy, I mean, the owner guy, he's in there with them, so he's probably dead too. But they'd be able to really sue because, but none of those people need to sue because they're all billion and millionaires, and are gonna inherit the money, so there's no need to sue for that. But you know what I'm saying? Okay, I need how many of those? One, two, three. I need three more. Okay, okay, Rosemary, you can find them, can't you?
Gail said that was a former employee of Ocean Gate or whatever the company of the bus is.
Oh. Okay, where did I put those? They must be under this pile of stuff. Where did they go?
I hope he don't end up like Thurston Howe on an island somewhere with Gilligan.
Oh no.
Janice said they all had to sign a release to go on that trip. I'm sure. Good night, Roseanne.
Yeah, but even with the release, if you can show negligence, they're standing. Suing 101.
Yeah.
Negligence. Okay, I don't think I know where those are right now. Shoot. I had them out. So they must be underneath something right now because I had them out earlier. Hello, wherever you are. I don't see you. So if I don't see you, I'll have to borrow from one of these.
They probably did, Gail.
Oh, there's one.
There's a chance you may not re-emerge. Mm-mm. I'd be panicking inside that thing.
Well, one guy who is a physicist, not physics. He does phys. Anyway, Physicist? I guess that's what it be. Yeah, something like that. He said that the design of that, oops, of that vessel shouldn't have even gone the depth. Uh-oh. Oh, where was this gone? Oh no. Okay, Rosemary, what'd you do now? Where was this gonna go? Maybe nowhere. Anyway, it really shouldn't even been taken down to the level of the Titanic, but they were going underneath the Titanic. So that meant obviously deeper.
Ugh.
And so what his speculation, because it's gone down before several times, and he says he speculates that just like with anything that you are, putting a heavy strain on, it can take just for so long and then it's going to break. And so he's thinking that that could be what happened, that it just couldn't take it anymore, the pressure, and it probably imploded. It probably, it probably doesn't even exist anymore. Okay, so that over there is going to have what? I don't. Meow! 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 I think that might look kind of cool if that. No, I don't want to do that. So.
Oh, Gail said it was said the experts didn't think the window in the would last up to the pressure.
There you go. They had one little itty bitty window. I forget where he got that window from.
Leslie said she heard from the engineers at work that they don't think the sub went through non-destructive testing or unmanned pressure testing. Gail said, right, imploded, or the aliens who live in the ocean got them, or a giant sea creature swallowed the sub. Kraken got it.
Any of the above, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that's so tragic. Stupid, stupid people. Maybe I'll put that like that. What's kind of. Oh, we're past time, you guys. Okay, Susan's bladder's probably is having a bladder attack. Okay, ladies. Well, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for sticking out on me trying to get this done. I'm glad I looked at my stuff and got re-inspired. Yay! Okay. All right, guys. See you tomorrow. Not sure what we're going to do. I guess we're doing the little sample cards. I don't know what the heck we're doing. But anyway.
Y'all don't knock Gail down getting out.
Yeah, please. I
Let
don't
her
know.
get to her car first.
I do not know what's come over her. Maybe she's got one of those fast passes or something that we don't know about. All right, ladies. See you tomorrow.
All right. Good night.
Stay dry. Stay cool.
Yes.
Stay sane too. Good night.
Good night.